现在跟Michelle在机场了，今天要送她回去。不过呢，在回去之前，还有一些我们觉得可以跟大家分享的一些题目。所以，首先第一个问题 ，How did you get along with each of your parents？ 你从小到大跟你父母亲相处起来是怎么样的一个状况 ？You want to answer it first?
I can.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm very close to my mom. Not as close to my dad because we didn't spend as much time together because he worked a lot. I get along well with everybody. So I'd say I get along well with them. Oh, I don't know what else to say.
How are they different?
Than me
How did you
or
get
each
along
other?
differently with your
Differently?
mom?
My mom and I are very similar. Personality, how we look, how we think, what we are passionate about. We're very similar. So getting along with my mom is super easy. Also, I was a great child growing up, so I never got in trouble, which helps. My dad and I are different personalities, different kinds of people. We have different interests, so it's been harder to, I guess, have a deep relationship with him. Although I see him now more often than I did when I was a kid. So building that relationship is going better now when I'm conscious of it and want to do that versus when I was a kid and I didn't really think about my parents other than, oh, they're my parents. I didn't think about them as people.
所以 Michelle 说，她从小到大都跟她的父母亲感情都很好。那她跟她妈妈的个性上面其实非常的相似，所以她从小跟她妈妈就有很多可以互动的来，很多聊得来的一些地方，共同的兴趣跟嗜好。跟他爸爸的话呢，因为他爸爸大部分的时间在他小时候，在他童年都在上班，所以跟他爸爸相处的时间稍微少了一些。不过，或许也是因此啦，所以他跟他爸爸可能共同的话题、能够互动的机会就少。那现在已经不太一样了。小时候他只是一个小孩的时候，他想着的就是他们就是只是我的父母，然后不会去很在乎、去在意我跟我的父母是怎么互动、怎么相处。那尤其是现在，他发现说他有意识到这件事情之后，他比较主动的，他比较有意识的去跟他爸爸互动，所以呢，他们互动起来呢，就跟过去不一样了。好，现在换我。我的话呢，我从小也是跟我爸妈都还不错。其实我小时候呢，我也是一样，我爸爸大部分的时间都比较忙碌一点点，在念博士班。不过我骑脚踏车、棒球、篮球、玩乐高，从小大部分都是我爸爸教我的，所以我可以说我的童年大部分我觉得很重要的一些学习都是从我爸爸这边来。那我妈妈呢，是因为我们 homeschool 的关系，所以她一直以来就是我们家里的老师。我们小时候，我们家里几个小孩都是由她亲自来教书，所以我跟我妈感情很好。甚至有一次出去的时候，被别人就是讲说，你这个母子互动很像朋友的互动，不像母子，这是别人说的。那其实我在小时候有一段时间，我很不喜欢我的爸爸，因为我觉得他管我管太多了，他实在是太严格了。我就告诉我自己，我长大绝对不要跟他一样。但我渐渐越来越成熟，越来越懂事之后，我发现哇，原来当爸爸这么困难。到我现在的话，我觉得如果我将来自己有小孩，我能够成为一个好的爸爸，有像我爸一样，那就好了，我就心满意足了。这就是我跟我爸妈的互动。Okay, question number 2. How did you get along with your brothers and or sisters?
Growing up, I would call myself the peacekeeper child because my siblings would fight or argue and I never did. So I always tried to make sure that no one else was fighting. I'm also the second oldest in my family, but I'm the oldest girl. So I always felt like the oldest child because I also had to protect my brother because he had glasses and diabetes, and so he was more vulnerable than I was. So I always acted as the oldest child. I was the first to get a job, the first to move out, things like that. So I grew up being very responsible, and sometimes that meant I was bossy to like my younger sister. But I got along well with my siblings. I'm not close to all of them the same amount. I'm very close to my sister, not as close to my brothers because our interests have made us do different things as we got older. But when we were little kids, we all got along very, very well, and we all protect each other.
所以 Michelle 呢，家里有5个小孩，她排行是第2大。但是由于她的哥哥从小就有天生的糖尿病，加上他要戴眼镜的关系，所以呢，他就要成为他们家中的和平守护者。每次当兄弟姐妹在吵架打架的时候呢，他要替他的哥哥顾好他的眼镜，不要让他的眼镜被打破了。所以他小时候虽然他在家中排行第2，但是感觉上他好像排行是老大，因为常常就要照顾其他的兄弟姐妹。那他从小成长，这也代表着他有时候需要怎么讲，稍微要去管一下，尤其是他的妹妹，他的妹妹小他蛮多的，所以呢，就是会很像，就有点 bossy 的感觉。bossy 的就是说你就是一直管别人，很啰嗦，对，他就成为了一个啰嗦的一个姐姐。那长大之后呢，因为他跟他其他的弟弟们可能兴趣啊、嗜好啊都不太一样，所以他没有跟每一个兄弟姐妹的关系都同样的感情、同样的好啦。不过他跟他的妹妹感情真的是非常的好，对，这就是他们家。OK，my turn。我们家的话呢，我家也是5个兄弟姐妹啊，我就真的是哥哥了。我有2个弟弟、2个妹妹，2个妹妹各差我1岁跟2岁，2个弟弟差我9岁跟12岁。所以其实我在跟我弟弟他们相处起来，我已经有点像他们的半个爸爸了。他们在念小学的时候，我已经是20几岁的一个人了，这样。因此对我而言，从小在家里当哥哥，被交代的一些责任也比较重。小时候我最不爽的其中一件事情，就是为什么我跟我妹一起偷看电视，但是我被处罚却被罚的比较重，他就罚的比较轻。那我爸妈就说，因为你是哥哥啊。然后我手指头算一算，就发现说不对，我永远都是哥哥，那我不就永远都会罚的比较重吗？然后就很不爽，这是我小时候的一个心态啦。但也是因此，我跟Michelle很相似的，就是我们都被托付了很大的责任，也使我们从小就练习要成为比较有责任心的小孩。所以这就是我们跟我们的兄弟姐妹互动的方式。那我跟我的弟弟妹妹感情都很好啦。对啦，我就是一个怎么讲？我是真的很努力要当一个好的一个哥哥的一个人，对，这是我自己的部分。Question number 3: Who were your other dates or boyfriend/girlfriends?
I had only been on maybe 3, 4 dates before meeting Benjamin and hanging out with him a lot.
Dates meaning?
Meaning like a guy asked me out and we like did stuff together, us two, instead of hanging out with friends.
So you hung out with other guys, individuals.
Yeah.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Or there were 3 or 4 different guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And those weren't romantic dates either. One was a friend set me up with somebody just to experience dating because I never had dated before.
Did you get nervous?
No.
No.
I wasn't very nervous.
Oh, okay.
And then a couple other ones were more just friends asking me to hang out and have coffee. They weren't official dates or anything. I mean, even hanging out with Benjamin, they were never official dates either. They were just, we're hanging out and we were friends. So yeah, I just haven't really had any. I've never had a boyfriend before him.
How did that affect getting into a relationship with me?
Well, I did have this one experience with a boy where we hung out for a week during a school break, and I didn't react very well. I took it too seriously and was very anxious. And in my head, when I wanted to date somebody, I wanted it to be, I'm going to marry this person. And for my first kind of like a tryout relationship, I took it too seriously and didn't account for how you need to get to know somebody before you feel anywhere near prepared to date them or marry them even. So after that experience, which was horrible, I learned a lot. And so when Benjamin and I started hanging out, it was very casual. And I made sure I took my time to get to know him before we officially became boyfriend-girlfriend.
所以对Michelle而言，她说她从小到大大概也只跟3个或4个不同的人、不同的男生，算是所谓的约会过。 根本不算交男女朋友，就是出来单独的出来，所以他觉得他自己在这方面的所谓的经验比较少一点点。那最多的也只有曾经有一个男生跟他大概有1周的时间互动多了一点点。那由于他当时他自己心里面的出发点，觉得说他很希望他交个男朋友，就是真的是要结婚的男朋友，所以他有一点点心态上面太急了一些，他就发现说他很急着，好像就要把事情讲清楚，然后忘记了说他其实应该要慢慢的去多认识一下对方。所以这段最后结束的，他也让他觉得有点，或许有点莫名其妙，或许有点不知所措。但他觉得在过程他学习到很多，所以等到后来他开始变成跟我一起约出来的时候，他就知道说好，我也不要一开始就期待太多，也不要一开始就很有防卫心，或者一开始就要怎么样，我们就先很 casual， 就是我们就先很轻松的就出来了解一下对方。那当我们2个要开始交往之前，他就因为有之前的经验，他就决定说，那我一定要真的是更加的了解我 Benjamin 庄乃文，他更加的了解我之后呢，他才会决定要不要跟我进入一段交往的关系。OK, my turn。我的话，你要真的算交女朋友的话，我也只交过一个女朋友啦。交往的时候是我在大学的时候交的一个女朋友。那对我来讲，我一直也是觉得说，如果要交女朋友的话，就是要以结婚为最终的目标的一个交往。只是不是所有的事情都想得那么简单。一个18岁的小屁孩们说要结婚，跟真的会不会结婚，完全是2回事。对，这就是你慢慢长大你会学习到的事情。所以我可以说我在前一段交往的关系里面，我觉得我学到很多。我因为交了前一个女朋友，我觉得我更加的了解说要怎么跟女生相处，以及女生跟男生到底有多么不一样，原来这么不一样。虽然从小有妹妹们，有很多就是可能在教会或者是其他的一些朋友，但是也只有在你交男女朋友的时候，你才能够真正的了解原来异性是多么的特别，跟各种方面上面真的是要花很多的时间去学习，你才能够有一个好的感情，以后才会有一个好的婚姻、好的家庭。所以对我而言，我虽然只交过一个女朋友，但是在当中我觉得我也学习也成长非常的多。所以当我要进入到跟Michelle交往的时候，我就觉得说，这种时候我就不用再重蹈覆辙这么多的一些问题。所以我觉得这也帮助到我后来跟他交往的时间，有很多的事情，无论是我们在沟通上、互动上，甚至有一些争吵上面，我都觉得我自己成长了很多，成长了不少。好，那在影片的最后面呢，我们想要稍微讲一下说为什么我们觉得这几个题目值得讨论。So do you want to talk about why you think these questions are important?
I thought it'd be nice to cover why they're important. Why do you talk about this before you get married? Like especially about your parents or your family growing up. Because some people, they grew up in families where they don't want to be like their families. And some people grew up where they do want their family to look that way. And when you analyze your relationship with your parents or your relationship with your siblings, especially those two, it informs your future decisions about your own family and your expectations about marital roles. So what I should be doing as a wife. I grew up, my parents were the only example I had of parents, the closest example. And I imagined my life would turn out just like theirs. Obviously it has not. And so they've kind of defined what I thought the roles look like, or what I thought my life should look like. But they also have been a practice. Like with your siblings, they're a practice for your own family, your own children, your relationships with people in general. That's why I really advocate having lots of siblings, at least 2, because you grow a lot as a person when you're forced to interact with people that live in the same household as you.
所以对 Michelle 而言，她觉得说回答这些问题很重要的一个原因，尤其是关于你怎么跟你的爸妈互动，你跟你爸妈的关系，你跟你兄弟姐妹的关系，这些题目为什么对于要结婚的人来讲，他们彼此要去聊这些东西很重要呢？他觉得原因就是因为你自己在你原生的家庭，你从小长大的一个家庭， 你是在什么样的一个环境长大，会大幅的影响当你自己要准备结婚的时候，你对于结婚之后的人生、结婚之后的生活形态会长什么样子，有很大的影响。对他而言，他从小在他自己的家庭长大，他的爸妈就是他唯一在父母方面的他的一个榜样。所以呢，他就以为说，哦，那我以后长大，我结婚，我的生活，我的家庭，或许就跟我爸妈很像吧。但是很明显，对，很明显不一样，很明显这个对台湾人对，很明显不会一样。这是所以对他而言，他觉得这些东西要讲出来是非常重要的。再来就是在家里边长大，除非你是独生子女，不然的话你在家里长大，从小旁边有兄弟姐妹一起长大的时候，这会影响你在家里面你怎么跟你的家人互动。所以对他而言，他觉得说家里以后结婚之后要多生几个小孩，至少生2个，是他说的。他觉得是很重要的事情，他希望他的小孩也是有一个在家中有兄弟姐妹一起陪伴、一起成长的童年的经验。对我而言的话，我觉得这些问题很重要。其实我跟 Michelle 我们做的这个 workbook， 基本上就是2个人各花20个小时，向对方叙述自己的人生、自己的理念、自己的价值观跟自己的经验的一个过程。我觉得，如果你真的要确定跟另外一个人说好，我们约定好，我们接下来一辈子要继续在一起，那你要真的达成这件事情的话，那你真的必须要好好的了解对方是一个怎么样的一个人，不一定是说一定要了解完对方是怎么样的人之后才可以决定要不要跟他结婚，而是你既然都已经决定要跟他结婚了，那你就要好好的了解他。所以整个 workbook 包含我们今天回答关于原生家庭的这些问题，都是一个帮助我们去了解我们彼此的差异、彼此的共同点，以及我们彼此对将来一个家庭，身为先生、身为太太，我们在家里该扮演的角色，我们会有什么样的一些期待？到时候等到真的小孩生出来，等到我们真的什么买车买房，要面对各种的经济压力的时候，才能够帮助我们，让我们知道说我们要怎么样继续走下去，而不是以为船到桥头自然直，船到桥头就会撞上去。OK， 台湾的离婚率50%，大家要切记这一点。好，感谢你们收看今天这一集。我们需要接下来要去搭飞机回家了。等到你们看这一集的时候，他可能已经下飞机了啦。我今天就先能讲到这边咯。Time to say goodbye.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Bye.